Hey there, I'm recording this video to check on what an interviewer would like to see when you are new in the market and you are a fresher. Somebody just want to hire you and you're not sure how to go ahead. So I'm recording this video for me, not for any educational purposes, but just to make sure that I understand what I'm going to do. So you realize things when you read your own thoughts. Sometimes you have to re-review what you are thinking. So this is the reason I'm recording this. So when you are going for an interview, what exactly a person in front of you is looking for. So basically, when you go for an interview, make sure the job description that have been given to you is thoroughly studied and you are ready with the aspects what a job interviewer or an interviewer is looking in you, looking out in all the candidates whomever they interview. So make sure, say, one thing that everybody has to understand: if you're looking good and basically in the areas which requires you to be strong at for this job, you should be looking good on those areas. So you should be well prepared, and the interviewer is just looking for that areas. So if you lack in those areas, you're out of the game right away. Second thing, why would somebody hire you specifically? What would be the justification for this? So just make sure the interviewer understands what he is hiring by the, just ask him what you are looking for. And when you go through the JD job description, you think that you are a good fit for whatever the requirement they have. So this is what you can showcase in front of them. Third thing is communication. So this is the key component. If you are not good at what you speak or what is required when it is needed, then you lose the game. So you have to be confident, of course. If you are not confident, people will think that you are not a professional. You cannot make a good professional. If you are a fresher, make sure you practice a lot and understand what you are saying. So practice, practice and practice. There is no shortcut when you're getting a job. The only shortcut is maybe you have some relative working in this company or at some senior position, and you will have ample time to learn things. Maybe you are raised with a high class family or better, a professional class people. They reside within your family, so you can have a better understanding of what the professionalism look like. So it is not true for everyone. You get it through over the period of time when you attend interviews and you see what is going on. So a confident person always makes a good professional, because when you go into a job, you are supposed to make decisions, and if you are not a good decision maker, you cannot make a good professional. So confidence, ethic, if you are ethical, then you are true and you are confident, there are less chances that you would be lying in front of the interviewer. And if you, even if you are lying, it's not, nobody is perfect, so people lie in within the job interviews, and it's okay as long as you are not getting caught. So because it's an evaluation period, and within that period, if somebody is just asking you questions and you are answering it thoroughly, then even the interviewer don't know many of the things he is asking for, because most of the time he is interviewing based on whatever is there on the internet. The qualification you have to be qualified. Minimum, at least minimum qualification has to be there for any of the job interview you are going for. So other than that, how you prepare for a job interview? uh, so it's your battle. You have to be prepared for whatever is coming in front of you. So most of the time when you prepare, just go through, be a subject matter of whatever the area you have been given. It doesn't take much time. Normally what I do is I go on internet and search for certain things that are within my job description, and I find out some of the interview questions very easily. Another source is YouTube, where I can see a lot of information, and it is also in the form of videos, so self-explanatory videos are there. And then basically I left it in the middle. I got a phone call just now. Now we were talking about preparations. How would you prepare it? You will go through the JD, you will see different sources where you can get the information about what you are preparing for. You cannot be master of everything. You may be working on some of the areas, but the interviewer might be looking for some areas which is not relevant and quite new for you. So how would you prepare for it in a short span of time? So the best way you can do is use YouTube if you have a time, and go to the slide share and watch for the slides which has ample information about whatever the topic given to you. Basically, why I'm referring to slide share is because all the slides, whenever you prepare a slide, it has a conclusive knowledge. So you put entire knowledge on few slides, and that have been circulated on the internet. People don't realize the value of that information, but because I have been cracking a lot of interviews, I know how important it is to read those slides. So there have been time when I was just going through those slides and I cracked some interviews at top class, for top class roles, just by reading those slides. I never worked on them. I never worked on those topics, but I cracked those interviews with flying scores. Third thing is, of course, sometimes people might be asking you some practical questions. So definitely nowadays, if you have forums available for everything, you will see a lot of operational level questions on forums and sites where users are asking certain questions, and you can directly access them. You just need to go through those questions, and frequently you have to make a small document or two which has that information about all the related issues within that topic. So that topic will give you quite a good information database by which you can crack the interview. Third thing is interview questions. Interview questions, hell lot of interview questions are available on internet. If you go and download or you just browse the websites, people are preparing for them, are going through the interview questions, and if you can read and memorize, then you are through. Other thing is questionnaire for certifications. So if certain area, like some certain topic that has a certification available, just go for like the questions that comes within an exam. So there will not be a huge database sometimes, and don't look at things with just you are into them. Just look at things when you are out of the system and you are looking at a system. Have a holistic view, have a helicopter view. So when you look things from a distance, you can see things clearly. You know the structure of things. So that's how you get a better insight of what you are going for. So this is my way of cracking an interview. Apart from that, I always look for who is the interviewer. If I know who this guy is going to interview me, I know what he's going to ask as well, because I know what his key areas where he has showcased his skills on LinkedIn or some other profile site, and I'm quickly able to guess what he's going to ask for certain kind of job description. So, for example, a guy who is expertised on certain, for example, Windows, he is not going to ask much question about Linux because he is an expert on Windows. So, whatever he is going to ask on Linux, he might be going to get it from the internet. He might be reading it from the internet and asking me at the same time, or maybe he is going to take it from somebody else, which there is less likely to be the case. So when you are preparing, just make sure you have gone through the job description completely. You know what is going to be there in the job and what is there in the interview questions. Apart from that, just know the interviewer and know the areas and strengths of that interviewer. Know your area and your strengths as well. So you just need to showcase your strengths. When somebody asks you a question, you should be driving the interview, not the interviewer. When you answer things confidently, interviewer is more keen about what is next that this guy knows, and he will ask questions from the sentences that you used. So never use something that you are not confident at. If some area you don't know, don't go deep into that, because this is a trap. You are going to get into your trap itself. Some areas where you are very strong at, drive your interview towards that area. And then the interviewer, because this interview is a conversation, and within a conversation you take ideas from that conversation itself. So interviewer is only looking for some questions from what you say, so speak wisely. Apart from that, just know what interview would like to see. Sometimes interview has his own mindset. He is not a broad-minded person. Maybe he's very skilled at what he do because he has been doing it from years, many years. So just make sure that you know the interviewer and don't say no to anything. Just whenever you don't know anything, just say I'm ready to learn, or just answer it so politely that the interviewer is not hurt at all. So interviewer at the time of interview, he keeps his ego high most of the time. So if you can manage that ego without hurting that ego, you can showcase and give complete respect to his ego, you will be through the interview. And the same is applicable when you are doing a job as well. So this is it from my side. Thank you.